He became only the third South African to don the coveted Augusta National green jacket, and he did it with birdies on his closing 4 holes. Charl Schwartzel, a true golfing great. Hello, I'm Jason Dasey, and welcome to Golfing Greats in Their Own Words, as major champions take us on a nostalgic journey through their storied careers. This time round, it's Charl Schwartzel, the 2011 Masters champion, who became yet another South African major winner when he birdied the final 4 holes at Augusta National. And the one-time farm boy has secured tournament victories on 3 other continents, including Asia, for the first time at the end of 2012. And I sat down with the PGA and European Tour member at the Kuala Lumpur Golf and Country Club during the Maybank Malaysian Open. Charl Schwartzel, welcome to Golfing Greats in Their Own Words.
Thank you very much.
Well, you've certainly come a long way from being a simple farm boy growing up in Gauteng in South Africa. What was your childhood like?
Wow, I've come a long way. You know, grew up in a small town down south of Johannesburg called Vereniging. Golf course I used to play is Makofle. You know, it's very quiet, I should say. You know, take where this game has led me. It's really something special. You know, it's very few things in the world, in this world that you can do that can take you all over the world and do what we do.
You played your first 9 holes at the age of 4. How true is it that when you were on the farm practicing your chipping, you were imagining that you were at Augusta National playing the Masters?
It's 100% true. I used to play with a couple of balls on the farm. I mean, obviously the farm, we used to do lots of space, so I used to take 4 balls and say the one is me and the one, I don't know, the Tiger Woods and Nick Price and Ernie or something like that. And I used to put the 4 down. You know, obviously I always won. And then I used to play and say, okay, well, this played to like 5 different trees and that would be for the Masters. And then I would go again, it would be the US Open. And so that's the sort of things that I used to do. You come from a golfing family. Your brother Ati is a good player, and also your father George has coached you and he's renowned for his temper. How much did that keep you in line growing up? Yeah, I mean, you know, with my brother, you know, he's obviously plays on the Sunshine Tour, and you know, he's very, very talented. He was in all sports. You know, he's still young. You know, he's had a sort of his best few starts, you know, the last couple of months. So hopefully he breaks through. You know, my dad has had obviously a big influence in my life. He's been my coach, taught me the game, and I'm very grateful for it. You know, the way he did it, kept it very simple, made me understand my own golf swing very well. You know, which I'm very fortunate about, that I don't need a coach with me all the time. You know, he taught me in a way that I could fix it myself, that I understand it well, and I think that's very important. I think that's where a lot of players in the modern day quite don't get. They need coaches all the time. You know, I take guys like Jack Nicklaus. They were capable of fixing their own golf swings on the golf course, and I think that's very important. You know, and so I'm very grateful to my dad for teaching me in that way. You know, yeah. As
a 16-year-old, a big turning point for you was winning the World Junior Golf Championship for South Africa in Japan, along with your good friend Louis Oosthuizen. What stands out from that trip?
Yeah, I mean, that was the start of our travels. You know, it was, we played for South Africa, and we were so excited to go to Japan. It was our first trip out there, and we obviously had a very strong team. It was myself, Louis, Albert Kruger, a very good friend of ours. He was a phenomenal amateur, and then Christian Rees. We were strong, you know, and we were all excited about it, and we had so much fun. And you know, that was our first. I think we were the first South Africans to ever won that tournament in Japan. So that was a bit of history making, which was nice.
We've spoken with Louis Oosthuizen on this show before, How would you sum up your friendship with your fellow South African and fellow major winner?
Well, I think it's grown over time. You know, Louis grew up quite a long way from me. He was more in the Southern Cape, Fancourt area, and I was in Johannesburg, so the tournaments we used to compete in was very different in junior days. And as time has gone on, our careers seem to have moved at the same level, and it's taken us the same places. And so over the years, I think we've become very good friends. You know, you sort of lose your school friends and you create new friends, and I think that's what happened with us. You know, so we've been friends since the age of 13, I would say, and it's gone, and you know, we seem to live in the same places, and we still play a lot of practice rounds together, and which is fantastic, you know, to have a good friend like that out on tour.
So when you're playing golf, where does the friendship end and the rivalry start?
Become enemies in the first tee. You know, I mean, I think it's very human to want to look after yourself when you step up on the first tee, you know, and to want to beat everyone in the field. So I think it's no different to us. You know, it's I would call it a friendly, sort of a friendly, healthy competitiveness. So you're obviously happy for either way if they do well, but you know, there's no friendliness out there when we're competing. But it's a healthy way of doing it.
You turned pro at the very young age of 18 after a lot of success in amateur golf. How ready were you at that time to enter the professional ranks?
I suppose it's what I wanted to do my whole life. Did loads of sports at school, you know, just about all of them: rugby, cricket, tennis, swimming, athletics, you know, you name it. I loved sport, but golf always stood out. So I figured golf was always going to be the one that I was going to pursue and carry on with. So, you know, by the time came for me to go to tour school, that's what I wanted to do. It's all I knew. You know, there was no doubts. So, you know, I think I was pretty ready to go.
When Schwartzel turned pro as an 18-year-old in 2002, he became the second youngest South African to do so since Dale Hayes, who made the transition as a 17-year-old more than 3 decades earlier. Up next, Charl makes an immediate impression on the European Tour, and later, how he turned a childhood dream into a major reality by donning the green jacket at Augusta National.